Greetings, Tabletop Standards fans. Today I have been reading the Bolt Action Rulebook, second edition, to try and learn the rules. As you can see, I've been a fan of the game for a while, mainly Germans, because the way I see it, they're in every theatre of war, so I haven't got to pick which theatre I play, and I can play all, apart from the Japanese one, of course. But yeah, just to give this basically as a video to give the basic overview of the game and how it's played, and a brief description about it, really. Right. Well, basically, other than the add-on of these dice with certain words on it, such as fire, advance, run, ambush, rally, and down, it's basically a lot like 40k, Warhammer Games Workshop 40k. It's basically a Second World War version of 40k. I'm sure Warlord wouldn't appreciate me saying that, but it's quite straightforward. I mean, a turn sequence, basically, you get your bag, or a bag, you put your dice and your opponent's dice in it, you give it a little shake, you go in and you pull out a dice, and if it's your dice, you'll go, then you'll put one of the actions on a unit, alright, then you'll draw again, and you pull out a dice. This happens because this is my bag, it happens to be all my dice. But then you pull it on, and then when you finish and all the dice have gone out the bag, you pick up all your dice and put it back in and shake it up again. Quite a good dynamic, actually, for a war game, I thought. Because, you know, yes, you might get 5 of your turns, but you'd only get, you know, you get 5 goes and straight kind of thing. But the benefit to that is you can get all your stuff, all your shooting done first. But the downside to it is that means your opponent's then got 5 turns back to back. Basically, I'm gonna describe basically the good parts of this game and the bad, really. Hey, I can see my face. The good part of these games and the bad. Personally, I think the good parts are, as I said, the dice dynamic is absolutely incredible. 2 thumbs up for the dice. That's a great idea. Great models. Easy game. I mean, if you remember, like, all infantry move 6 and all tanks move 9 inches. And that your guns are like 24 inches, you should find it, you know, quite a straightforward game. I mean, there is a dynamic in here that you need, where's the damage table? You need to hit an armoured truck, an armoured tank, I should say, a light tank, as an 8+ on a D6. That's because you add the number of the damage table on the... If it's a pen, you add it up to the pens. So you'd get +1 if it's a pen 1. All of these, you know, high explosive shots and stuff, you'd add it in. So tanks, for example, have, I think it's 1. Certain tanks have different things, but let's see what the British are saying. 9+. So if you need a 10, then you need a 1 for 1. I mean, it'll probably be a bit higher than that, but that's how I understand the game anyway. But anyway, just go through some of the books. Obviously, the armies of Germany, because I play Germans. I mean, the pictures are incredible, and the models are just fun to build, easy to build as well. I mean, some of the metal kits are a bit iffy because you know, you have to bend them in shapes again. But I used to play, you know, fantasy when it used to be metal models, so I'm used to all that. But just I want to show you one picture from here because this is another thing that makes these books great. They actually have like pictures, like artist renderings of actual battles and stuff. I mean, that's the Germans. Then I have the Great British because I was going to originally do Britain first, but I didn't in the end. Chose Germans because the British. I think I chose the Germans because the Germans were easier to build than the English were. The English, which is on my wall, actually, the British infantry kit was quite hard to build. And then I've got the campaign books. And I've got my German campaign books. They're multi-use. I mean, this can be used for Soviets as well, the Ostfront, because it's the invasion of Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. And, you know, it's fun. You know, it's basically if you want to go against Soviets. Battle of Bulge, if you want to go against the Americans and the Allies. So this would be your, you know, Barbarossa, Stalingrad invasion forces, and then the retreat back to Berlin via Germans versus Russians. So you'd play out this campaign book. For this one, Battle of the Bulge, this is what my army is based on, is snow themed, like that. Like the snow themed Germans. So Battle of the Bulge would be Allies, so it would be the airborne stuff you see, you know, Battle of Foy and, you know, snow, like wooded battles and stuff. Then I've got this one because, and these two actually. These two, because this is Germany in the beginning of the war that I don't play, but I've got this book because I really just loved, you know, the Blitzkrieg Germans. Of just early stuff fighting in the early days of France, before, you know, D-Day France, where it was just really different uniforms and great colours. I had to get this campaign book at the end of the day, didn't I? With the other member of Tabletop Standard, Ian. He plays the 8th Army British Desert Rats, 8th Army. So I had to get the Battle of El Alamein and stuff like that. Fighting in the deserts and stuff. And this book is a book that me and Ian will be doing very soon. This is Operation Sea Lion. Operation Sea Lion is if the German army and Hitler decided not to invade Barbarossa, not to invade Russia, but to invade England instead. And that'd be really, really, really fun. And I think, unless I'm very much mistaken, oh yeah, I mean, you could play as Oswald Mosley's fascists. He was, if anyone doesn't know who Oswald Mosley was, he was the leader of the English Nazi Party. That's where the Cable Street riots happened, because a load of fascists were marching and a load of communists and Jews and everything beat the shit out of them, which is good. The other good thing about this book is I can't find the pictures, but you can play as Dad's army. Oh, there we are. You can actually play as Dad's army. I mean, that's just great. Right, one more sum up. Great game, great dice mechanic. Obviously using them to start who plays. It's also, it can be as historically accurate and as historically inaccurate as you want it to be. For example, the Battle of Bulge book. I built my Germans just because of what I thought looked cool and what I wanted to play. Like, I really want to get some tanks, so I played tanks. I really want to play this, so I bought this. But you can make it as historically accurate, like this army with this many guys, this many tanks, this many half-tracks were actually at the Battle of the Bulge at this time. They were at Foy at this time. I mean, that's really cool that you could have that level of detail. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. And I think tomorrow is Malifaux. Read the rules of Malifaux. But it was a successful it's a success for me, because I learnt the rules today for bolt action, and it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. So never underestimate yourself.